All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this first play will get him back to the 25, but that's going to be it. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Rudolph. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Gone! Watch it now, Barney!
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Leopard! Watch it now, Barney!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, it's Corey Coleman. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney!
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
He'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And Eifert has it. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now a handoff working right. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
Wide open receiver complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Footing's definitely going to be an issue because it's tough to make those quick cuts that you're used to making on a soggy track. In fact, a Hall of Fame runner once told me, cut on your heels in this type of weather. Gives you better balance.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Here's Rudolph now on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And a little floater there is incomplete. The linebacker Preston Brown there to knock that one away. And that's twice now already in this first quarter that he's been able to knock a ball away.
They're going to need that from him and plenty more if they want to slow down this passing game. Thus far, though, he's been a ball magnet.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Watch it now, Barney.
Mixon with a first down carry. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down.
Watch it now, Barney. Over.
He'll look to throw. On the screen, Bernard. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Watch it now, Barney.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. It's caught at the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Bullock out now to kick this one away. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down, here's Rudolph. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carlos Dunlap in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Throwing on third down, here's Rudolph. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now Rudolph on first down. Lets it go for Nelson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Leopard, Leopard.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
On second down, here's Mixon. Room to run inside the 40. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Bullock out now to kick this one away. Raymond now on the return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Rudolph. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Carlos Dunlap in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. And the Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Rudolph. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 10. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
A handoff to Mixon, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Hey, we got to get this stop here, man. Gun! 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 Gun!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. To the left side here for Eifert. Right through and boom, bam, biff. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a big 32-yard play on third. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Over!
Here's a give to Mixon, and he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now let's go! 319! 319! Detroit! Detroit!
Now Joe Mixon. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Bullock will put this one through. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Under 10, 10. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And the Bengals on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3.
3-19. 3-19.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This will be fielded at the 17. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Trying a little razzle-dazzle on 3rd and short. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
We got 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Here's Riley Dixon now, standing just about on his own goal line. And taken right at the 35. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Steelers set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now a play fake, and it's Rudolph. Forced out to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph. And this is going to be incomplete.
Coverage was great everywhere that time. He tried to get it to his outlet, tried to get it to his running back, but sailed it a little bit too high and actually left his body open for a big hit.
Here's Drew Kaiser now. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue, line it. Blue, line it. Over.
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Whoa. Let's get it. Switch.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Mixon. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. first carry for their fullback. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And there to get him down defensively, Brian Allen.
Oh, you guys are on YouTube, by the way. I forgot.
We're on the YouTube.
Oh, okay. Nosotros estamos también en YouTube.
Hey, here,
I
you want
think
this?
there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for
Fast
the
Matos.
defense, today has been that day.
Hey, Fast
But
Matos
after that
interviews.
play,
Come over
you
here.
learn. You can
Okay, I'm on my
still
way.
make
Put the shoes
plays
on.
even when the other guy's having success against you.
You wanna do this pumpkin person? Can you take it, please?
That's what she said.
Christ almighty.
And I don't
Lower.
think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yeah, in a downpour like we're in right now,
I
it makes
actually
it
need
that
a
much
foul.
harder. And sure enough, they can't convert.
What a
here.
knob.
Rudolph gonna lead the Steelers
I know,
out now,
huh?
1st and 10 on their
Oh,
side
snap,
of
wait, wait,
midfield
wait.
at the 47. On 1st and 10, Rudolph. And this is, I think he got that with one hand. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9.
So you know we gotta go, right?
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
I'm gonna let you
Seems
get up
pretty
there.
obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so
Lila?
successfully?
To me, it seems like these guys really did a nice job
Oh my
paying
God.
attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these
Are you
guys
getting
like
your
to run.
cookie
The
stick?
best runs for the top running back.
Huh?
Those are the ones you focus
Are
on.
you
and
getting
wanna
your
take
cookie
away.
stick again?
They've done that pretty
Yep.
successfully in this game.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the
Losing
35.
24 to
It'll be a
0.
gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
But you wanted to
This
take the
quarterback
first in the
now,
game.
5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Rudolph looking to throw it.
Oh,
Throwing the
no.
incomplete. That's Nelson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's
Oh,
2nd and goal.
Duncan.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and
Look,
put
I'm
the ball on the
trying to run.
receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. They're going to try and run. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this
You know, I'm
deficit down a little
sicky.
bit further.
Huh?
Boswell on now
I'm
to kick this
sicky.
one away.
¿Pero por qué?
Because I have the diarrhea and the vomiting.
This
Oh.
will be fielded at the 6.
I know.
Now everybody in my
Oh,
now everybody in my chat knows that my cousin has a diarrhea.
He gets this one up just shy of the
There ain't
35.
nobody there
Line at the
anyway.
34.
Oh, you have no
Now here
followers,
come
bro.
the
What's up with
Bengals.
Oh
that?
man, I don't have any bandages. Aww.
From the
You don't have
34
any
now, here's
bandages?
1st and 10.
I'm coming, you rascal. How did something get up there?
That one looks like he'll throw.
I'm used to being stuck.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. That'll bring up second
You
down.
guys are getting
They
reviving.
don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the
Take my
football these
knife.
last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word
What
for
the
it,
heck was
precise,
that?
because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long
Did
as
you guys hear
in
that?
this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense.
What did it,
He's put
you know what I'm talking about?
Intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It
It's
does,
like-
and you wonder
Dog
about
barking
their
or something.
strategy, because with a 2-score lead,
No, that's not what I
think maybe
hear.
just sitting on it, trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion, we can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got
Hello,
stuck on the
does somebody
touchdown.
have done
You need a
this
two-point
before?
conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead,
Whoever's there in your house is gonna say, I do.
somehow get the ball back and get another score.
Whoever's
Have to go
here
for
missing
two
one?
again. That's why
Whoever's
teams
there in your
are
house with you is gonna say, I do.
two-point plays.
We saw that Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big
No, I'm
two-point
hearing it in the
conversions.
game,
And
jackass.
he'll get into the end zone as the
do it,
two-point
dude.
conversion is successful. Boswell on now to kick this one away.
That was so rude.
This will be fielded
Come
at the
on,
6.
people. That was just rude.
So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but
Wally,
still
still
a
texting Wally.
possession game. This one not fully over yet. Now the Steelers put a
I got a
stop to
cooler
the
with the
action with a
texting.
timeout defensively.
Why?
As they'll talk things over prior to
Because
this upcoming
all
season.
everybody hears is clack, 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 clack,
Janice, you don't
clack,
have nobody to text a
The
lot.
drive goes the wrong way.
Yes.
Second and 12.
No, but I never even texted him.
Who's
I texted
him?
my mom, would be my, so my mom friends, but it's already late, so they're like asleep, or like actually they're watching the show, so not because their kids are asleep.
Looking to throw. Finding Green complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. And the Steelers signal for another
Come,
timeout.
Dobby.
As they'll talk it over
Where?
here before what'll be an important third down.
Yo. Which one? Nope, never heard of it.
Yeah, Lois. Oh,
It's a fusion rifle in the fourth.
They'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the
Interesting.
flat. It's complete. And down he goes.
Oh,
He takes
okay,
it up
okay,
to
what you
the
need to do.
40. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
We can talk
No.
all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say,
That's
get
it.
to him in space,
I'm
let
moving
him
to
use his legs.
Sparta.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive
What
guy
is coming?
dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
so Damien got another note.
Why now?
He's not completing his work.
Huh?
He's not completing his work.
For Ross.
But he's starting it.
And incomplete there. A
Yeah,
nice
and I asked him, I'm like,
charge the ball
why aren't you
free.
completing it? And he
Brings
said,
up third
it's
down.
because I tried.
Even without a ton
You
of pressure
tried
in
to
his
not
face,
complete
just shows
it?
how
I
difficult
didn't
it is
know,
to
I
pick
tried to
apart his own
complete it,
defense.
but
Those guys are sitting
it's
back and they're not
okay,
playing
just as long as I
receivers
tried,
as
right?
much as it
So that means you
penalizes
don't have to
the
get mad at me
quarterback
because I
when he
tried.
delivers the ball.
And I'm like,
Incomplete pass on that last
Damien,
play, and that
that's
means
not
they'll
what I
need to come up
mean,
with
and you
something here
know
on
it.
third down.
He goes, but you said I have to try, and I tried. And I'm like, no, baby, that's not what I meant. And you know that's not what I meant. Oh, it's because you said all I had to do was try. So I tried, so I didn't finish it because I tried.
Yep, that's my report.
Ah, crap, I'm about to
A
die.
big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one
Yep, that's Johnny
more
Potter.
stop.
Feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
And that is incomplete. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain out the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys
I'm a little
that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth